Hi, this is Chloe here at magicalwellness.co. For this week, the card that I've drawn from the Mystic Mondays Tarot is the Ten of Swords. And for me, this can have quite a few different meanings, but what I see in it this week is the sense of perfectionism. This is, when you have stabbed yourself in the back 100 times over because you did one little thing wrong, and then it all kind of balloons out and everything you've ever done in life is wrong and terrible and awful and horrid and you might as well be dead. It's that kind of thing, which, you could say it's a bit drama queeny. That's how some people interpret this card. But it's also a thought pattern which a lot of us go through at some point of, oh my God, I've made a terrible mistake, or I'm just not good enough, or all those kinds of thoughts. And so for this week, I wanted to do a tapping session on that. And I also drew a card from the Oracle of the Unicorns by Cordelia Francesca Brabs. And what I got is compassion. And I think this is just the perfect card to counteract that Ten of Swords, perfectionism energy, is showing yourself a little bit of compassion. So we're going to bring that into the tapping as well, and I hope that you'll tap along. So take a deep breath, get yourself settled, and tap along, saying what I say, doing what I do. Even though I feel like I'm never quite good enough, and what I do isn't good enough, and I feel like I have all these flaws, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I feel like I don't do things that I should do, and I do things that I shouldn't do, and what I do just never seems to be good enough, and I wish that I could be better, and I wish that I could be perfect. But it doesn't seem like I can. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Even though I sometimes feel like I'm failing, like I'm getting things wrong in life, and I'm messing things up. And I wish that I could do things better. And I stress over it. And sometimes it affects my sleep. And I feel like I'm just rubbish. And I love and accept myself anyway. These mistakes I've made, and I feel like there are a lot of them. I feel like I'm just not good enough, even though I try really hard. And maybe it's because I set myself high standards. I just always feel like I'm kind of failing. And I wish I could do things right. I know what I should be doing, but I can't seem to do it. And sometimes it seems like I overthink things. Like if I'm bitchy to someone, and then I worry that they're going to think that I'm a terrible bitch. And that they're going to tell everyone I know that I'm a terrible bitch. And that everyone will hate me. And then I think, that means I'm an awful person. And I'm open to the possibility of remembering that everyone has a bad day now and again. I'm open to the possibility of remembering that no one is perfect. Certainly not all of the time. And I'm open to the possibility of remembering that I'm only human, and that's okay too. And sometimes I feel so overwhelmed that then I just don't do anything. And I really want to do things, but I have such high standards, and I know I'll never achieve them. So I feel like I might as well just not try. And then I feel like a failure for not having done those things. And I would like to change that. I'd like to feel more playful. And maybe if I can be more compassionate to myself. Then I could actually do things, even if they're not going to be perfect. But maybe they could just be fun. And maybe I'll try doing things imperfectly on purpose. Like I could draw a picture and make sure that it's messy and that the colour goes out of the lines. Or I could not spell check an email. And I'm open to forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for my flaws. Forgiving myself for my mistakes. Forgiving myself for not doing things I should do. Forgive myself for doing things I shouldn't do. Why does life have to be so complicated anyway? And I'm open to being compassionate to myself. And that doesn't mean that I get a free pass. I can still try to be a good person. Just not perfect. Just not flawless. Not the best at absolutely everything all the time. And it's okay to have a bad day. And it's okay to make mistakes. And if I make a mistake, that doesn't mean that everything is ruined. So maybe I could just stop at one mistake rather than making a whole bunch of them in a row. Like eating one biscuit and then thinking, oh, I've blown it. And then I go and eat the whole damn box. And I'm open to the possibility of thinking, I've eaten a biscuit. And I forgive myself anyway. And I honour myself anyway. All this perfectionism, and I realise that I can't hate myself happy. Sometimes it feels like I have to remind myself of everything I'm doing wrong, so that I stop doing it. And it just doesn't quite work that way. And maybe if I can be more loving to myself, then I could love myself happy. I think I'll try that. Take a deep breath. So I wish you a beautiful week. I wish you much compassion, self-love, and kindness. Blessed be.